Welcome back to my analog lingering. This is part 2 of the Techo Kaigi series, and it will be about all the journals I used in 2025. In case you missed my first video, which was about my planning system, what I used and what I'm going to use for next year, I will link that down below for you. Now I'm happy to get this video started and see you at my desk. Okay, so now we're here at my desk with all the journals that I used for 2025. So this has been my Commonplace book. This is my olive tea, and that houses my dear diary and my weekly recap journal. I've already made a video about this one, so you might like to check that out. And this is my travel and memories journal. So for short trips or for special days, I write in here, I journal in here. Let's get started with this one. I keep my travel journal in the brown tan cover by Travis Company, and I use the craft paper insert. It is a journal where I collect memories of special days and shorter trips. For 2025, I have not been on a very long trip, so that's the only journal I used for commemorating my travels. The craft paper insert has been very good for me. I like the texture, I like the coloring, how the ephemera stands out against it. And now have a little look how I use it. I use photos, I scrapbook in here. I've used all sorts of pens, like these are watercolor pencils. The paper holds up very well. I write with micron or with a gel pen, also no problem. Unfortunately, this paper is not fountain pen friendly, so if you're an avid fountain pen lover, this might not be for you. This was my birthday when I went to the One World Trade Center. Amazing. It was my birthday and the highest point I've ever been to. I mean the highest building I've ever been to. And here I was in Berlin, and you can see I used watercolors and the paper holds up very well. There's nothing coming through, nothing. It was perfect. And also these are Tombow pens and Mild, some other pens, I don't know exactly. Everything taken perfectly by the paper. This has been a lot of fun decorating, and I've been doing this kind of journaling for 3 years now. This kind of travel and memory journal. It's been a blast, and because it has been so good, and also the craft paper has been one of my favorites so far, I decided, why change a working system? Just keep it, and I got a new craft paper insert refill that I will use for the next year. In my olive tan cover, I have my diary insert, and as I've talked about that in depth in another video, I won't go into details here. At the moment, I use a cream insert by Travis Company, and before that I used the Yosaka Stationer lightweight paper insert, and before that I used just a normal Travis Company white paper, like the normal insert without anything. They call it blank paper, exactly this one. And this has been going well. I enjoy the lightweight paper the most, but as I have going this rule, only use what you have before getting new stuff. As long as you have something that you can use to get the job done, try to use that first. And because of that rule, the next insert will be a blank because I have one blank lying around, and this is quite as good as this one was and as this one is. And after that, I will get lightweight paper for my dear diary. I think this is a good way to keep track of your spending and not overspend and not overconsume. This is a very good paper quality insert. Why should it lay around for nothing just for me to get another one? And now I've come to the conclusion, first use what I have and then get some new stuff. So the second insert is my weekly reflections journal, what I always do at the end of the week. And currently I am in a Travis Company free diary weekly and memo on the horizontal format. But before that, I've been in a vertical weekly, also the free diary, because I decorated afterwards when the events have happened. And as we can look here, this is what I did. I started out with just writing the events, done the gratitude journaling and the highlights of the week, and doing a lot of decorations. And I liked that for a long time. Here I went to Amsterdam and I wrote about the trip just in bullet points style and the gratitude here. This week I didn't do much. I did not really journal in here. It's just the gratitude list and the highlight. Also here it's more decorations than reflections. Or this one, I really wanted to commemorate the Illumat. This is a very nice machine where some artist sits inside and you can put a little piece of paper in where you write down your wish and they will draw an illustration for you. This is a very nice thing. And it was on a fair in Weimar when we were visiting Weimar. But yeah, you see, I commemorated in here the Illumat. I made an illustration because I was so happy about it, but I did not do any reflections for myself in here. So this format is beautiful for decorations, but not for reflecting on my thoughts and what has been going on in the week. So now I'm at the moment in this insert and it's going better because it gives you a lot more space to write in. And if you don't want to write down many things, it's fine. Just keep track of my events that happened and some highlights. But in the last weeks, during the last weeks, I had a lot of fun writing more. As you can see also here, I like to write more. And I found out I don't have any of these kind of inserts at home. Both types. So I would need to get another one. And I've been thinking about that for quite a while now, if I want to get this insert with the vertical format or the other one with the horizontal format, and I couldn't decide. And after rumbling a little bit about that in my thoughts, I came up with a new idea. I'm really excited to try out from January on, and that is just the Travis Company dot grid insert and making my own weekly in here where I do my weekly reflections. So I've played around with a few layouts, like this is where I would have today's here, and then I could write all the events that happened that week and maybe reflect even in here, and I could decorate here. Or another one would be this one. It's a format my boyfriend came up with, where the weekend is this, with the horizontal box, and the other days are with the vertical boxes. And you could do some decorations or notes here. And then I've come up with that. That would give me a lot of space to do my gratitude journaling, highlights and learnings of the week, and have all the events that have happened in the week up here, because I like to connect that with each other. So what has happened in the week and why has been a highlight? Maybe what were the learnings of the week? You can see what has happened the days before. That's what led to it, maybe. So this is an interesting setup, and I'm very excited to see how this is going. I will start this in January, so it's still a little bit time to think about it and also already enjoy the excitement to start this. And I will let you know how this is going. Okay, now let's talk about a little journal fail. Or maybe not a fail, but something that didn't work out quite well for me, and that is commonplacing. I've watched a lot of videos on commonplacing, and I started a commonplace journal in a Travis Company grid insert in December 2023. I did a color coding system for it, and I've used it sometimes and I forgot about it again. I've now used it for about 2 years and it's still not filled up. I mean, it's a little bit over half the insert. And I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just because I cannot keep up with another book. It's not for me. I thought maybe, yeah, if I find something nice, I would put it in here. But otherwise, I now think it's better to incorporate it in the journals I already have. I could write it down in my diary and keep it there. I could, if it's something about self-help, even write it into my planner if it's a quote and I like it. Or I could incorporate it maybe in my weekly recap journal. As for this, it has not been working. I've also not come back to review these things. So what is a commonplace book good for if you're not reading back through the things you have written in them? So I have to say, I guess I will retire this thing for 2026, but I'm not throwing it away. Maybe even not archiving this, just leave it in the cover. At the moment I have also a sticker release paper insert in here and some notebook for random things. So I guess I could just leave it in here and see if I want to come back to commonplacing or not. I've also thought if it is maybe the format of the journal, but I'm not going to fall into that trap of buying some other book, because I know I'm traveling a lot and using a bigger book is just too much for me. If it's an insert, I can throw it into my bag as well next to my cover, or I could even chunk up my planner or my journal and take it with me for the trip. I guess at the moment, no commonplacing for me, and I think it's important to reflect on these things. That's what Techo Kaigi is all about. And if something's not working or not for you, just drop it. So this has been my Techo Kaigi part 2 with all my journals. I will link the first video down below so you can watch that. It is about my planning system and how I found planner peace. And as always, I would really like to read your thoughts and comments about what you're doing or what you were doing in 2025 and what you're keeping. Tell me about your journals. Maybe tell me something about commonplacing. If it's working for you, I would be really interested to read about that. And take care. See you soon. And as always, if you like to leave a comment, you can do this in German, Dutch, English, or Korean. Bye!